And
What's going on, Chase?
What's going on, baby? What's the TTT?
Baby, it's a special lunch and lean. We're here to talk about this past weekend, BravoCon. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna say I'm very upset that none of us, anybody didn't go because it looked like it was like a time that was had.
They had a time, but I did want to go. I was trying to rally the troops to go, but
Ah,
everybody
ah,
was.
ah, ah,
I
you,
did.
ah.
I did. Let the record show. However, thank you guys for leaning in with us on lunch. Okay, and we're going to get right into it. BravoCon was over 3 days this past Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as you said, what an event! What a time! There were fights, reveals,
Mm-hmm,
more fights, more reveals.
mm-hmm.
They should just change the name of it next year from BravoCon to FightCon because what in the world, right? So
I
who you
was
want to
lit.
start with?
I
What
don't
we
know.
gonna
You
say?
know what? Like you said, we can talk about the shows that we actually that we
Actually,
covered. However, I did get they did reveal, as you mentioned, they revealed the Real Housewives of Miami trailer.
yes, they did.
So I do have that. I actually haven't watched it, so it'll be my first
Mm,
time watching it. We can show it at some point of the show when we talk about it.
okay,
I wanted to show the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip one, but I didn't see a good quality of it. Maybe I missed it,
right.
but I saw the one somebody recorded, so we'll maybe give you a link for that. But it don't matter. You start where you want to start. It was a lot going on, and I was trying to keep up, but baby, our little group chat was going. So you just pick the
Listen,
topic and let's get into it.
me and Danny and a couple others, we be on the case. We are Action Five News, honey.
Yes.
However, let's just start with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because they had a lot going on. Hey,
They did.
Kyra. Hey, David. I couldn't see who else, but hey, everybody.
Yes. Samaya, I believe it is.
Okay.
You said who was
Hey,
fighting? Samaya, who was fighting? We're gonna start with this one.
everybody. Right.
Everybody was
Everybody.
fighting. The girls were
Okay. The
fighting.
girls were fighting. Let's just start. With one of the biggest fights from BravoCon was actually Lisa Rinna versus everybody. The audience, cast members, the daggone press, everybody. Lisa Rinna was not only booed when she entered the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills panel, but an audience member asked Andy directly during one of the Ask Andy questionnaires if he could fire Lisa Rinna while she was there.
Mm.
All of this is going on. Lisa Rinna put up a good game face and said that she loves to be the WWE villain bad guy, but I know she wouldn't have cried in the car. What you think, Coach?
No, I think you know what I mean. It's not for one. I don't feel bad for her for getting booed because I mean you got to think about it. We're watching the show. It's an audience, so girl. I mean, I think it was a good reality moment to let her know, like, girl, you're not the LeBron James. You're not the one that everybody's. You're not the heavyweight champ. Like you're not. And so I think that it was maybe a humbling experience. She's going to obviously save face, but not only did she get booed, but the girls were chanting Kathy, Kathy, and Garcelle, Garcelle. Like those girls got the most love for the from Beverly Hills. So I lived. I ain't studying Lisa Rinna child. She can go on.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it was interesting because they're such in a bubble and they don't really care about what's going on outside of the bubble. They film the show, they live their lives, but I
hmm
don't think that they really have interaction with
hmm
people. Like when you watch them on the reunions, they always say like that Denise season, you led the fans to turn against us, Denise. No, we just don't like you. And I think that this was a shell shock for all of them involved because when Lisa Rinna came out and got booed, if you look at Kyle Richardson's face, if you look at Dorit's face and Dorit trying to like sway the crowd to cheer for her, like they were shook. Like, no, I don't think they really understand that we don't want her here. We're over it.
Exactly. That's what BravoCon is about. Like he said, it was like 1,800 people, I believe, or 1,400. One of the two numbers. I got the numbers in the audience.
Wow.
So he said it was the biggest audience. It's only been two BravoCons, right? It's one
Yes.
2019 and 2022. Because they canceled
Mm,
21 and 20 because of COVID. So the people spoke. The people
yeah.
spoke out, and I think we let them know if nobody knew this weekend who we like, who we don't like. I mean, even from like if you watch the Legends Ball as the casts were coming out, you saw who got the loudest
Wow.
applause. I mean, it was just
Mm,
like and to be honest with you, a lot of the audience were primarily white,
they were.
so they were. I'm just
They
saying what
were.
it was. So anyway, yeah.
Now, not only were a lot of the audience predominantly white, but a lot of the talent and the interviewers and The red carpet was white as well. But nevertheless, we digress. The lean con is here for
Next
you over here,
year
definitely
we
across the
gonna
street.
next year we gonna get some more black culture. We gonna make sure that I think I can see that the people, especially the Black Bravo fans, are going to be rating Bravo next year. I can
Yeah,
say
and
that.
they
It
were
was like
upset about it too.
as long as the prices go a little lower because
The high love, the 800, the 800,
they
the
was
little
one was like
high.
4,000. That's one reason why I ain't go because I was like
Yeah.
to get all that full access, $4,000, baby, please.
And then I couldn't put it on Afterpay, and I'm the queen of paying for. I don't give a damn. I got $1,000 a night. We gonna split that
If
bitch
they
in.
put it on
Oh,
Klarna or
it's
yeah,
a wrap.
okay, baby, I'll be there.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Okay, so more with Beverly Hills. Garcelle said that she would be finding out by this Sunday, this past Sunday, who was responsible for hiring the bots. Also added that she was pissed at Kyle for defending Diana against her. So let's break down what she said. She said that she would find out by Sunday who was behind it. She didn't say that she would actually tell, but people were waiting around Twitter, around the
Yeah,
clock with bated breath to figure out who told. But she's obviously told someone because I saw that the Kempire, who is a friend of our show, he gave us a shout out, gave us the credit, and that really helped grow our audience. I think he knows, so maybe she told him. I don't know, but somebody knows, and we need to damn know. Who do y'all think it was? I'm going to lean towards it being from the Fox Force 5 group. Maybe it was Teddy.
Teddy. Teddy showed her ass this weekend too. She revealed the real reason why Crystal lost those 14 friends.
Well, I would like to go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I would just like to reveal the reason why she was there, considering that she was not invited.
That's the point, baby. She was in the back selling fish plates or a little biscuits in the back. She wanted to find her way.
Nah, she's
Teddy
selling
is
200
secretly waiting
calories.
on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip invite. She's waiting. Trust me.
Yeah,
She will.
and you know what? That'll be the season I skip. I thought it was gonna be this one, but that trailer was too good. I got to watch it. But Teddy gonna be there. Answer no, can't do it. All right, let's move on down to Potomac. Okay, you guys. So Ashley took on and took down OG of the OC, Vicky Gunvalson, in a face-to-face with the annual legendary Squash That Beef. Ashley basically stated that they were there to do a housewife to housewife segment, and Vicky was not only rude but dismissive, slammed the door in her face, and acted like she did not know who she was or why she was there. Do we believe it?
I believe it. I mean, so there's a comment I want to speak to on this topic. Actually, it's from ST, and
Okay.
whatever it says. Bravo did Vicky wrong. Total setup to pile on her. Those white women do not watch the Black Housewives. Ashley should get over herself. ST, I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude, but that's some bullshit. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. In the sense of that's the problem I feel like Ashley
That's
was
the
speaking
problem.
to, and that should not be okay. Just because they don't watch the Black Housewives, and that statement itself, that doesn't mean they should not acknowledge that they're housewives, because it seems like they look at themselves highly. But at the end of the day, we know that the Black franchise Atlanta OC was first, but we know who really got. I mean, they can say New York, they can say OC, but it's not okay to be dismissive. And I really believe Ashley was like. I do think Ashley was a little extra in her delivery. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not okay. I think that's.
Um,
I'm sorry.
no, you hit the nail on the head, baby. But could you do me one favor? Because I can't see that. Could you read the first part of that sentence again? Because I directly want to speak to that.
Bravo did Vicky wrong. This
Oh
one.
no, the next part. Moving on. Not that part.
Total setup to pile on her. Those white women did not. Those white women do not watch the Black Housewives. Ashley should
And
get.
therein lies the problem.
Yep,
The Black Housewives watch them. The Black Housewives give them their respect. The
they do.
Black Housewives know who they are. The Black Housewives, do not treat them less than. They treat them equal to, and in some cases, greater than. We
Mhm.
saw on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 2 that Eva Marcel was very, very excited to meet Vicky Gunvalson. And what did Vicky Gunvalson do? She
I
dismissed
was
her in
just
that
gonna
moment
say,
as
yeah,
well.
that she did it on Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yeah,
It
so
was
it's
just
not.
like she it's
Yeah.
almost as if like, girl, same thing. Like, why are you on this trip? As if this is not a housewife.
Hmm.
Obviously, it doesn't matter if you know her. Like Ashley was saying, you knew this was a housewives to housewives. So obviously, I'm on this platform, treated with respect. That means
And
let's just be honest.
and furthermore, you want to go ahead and say that. Let's also break down why aren't they watching the Black Housewives? Catch that dirt. Check yourself before you wreck yourself on the lunch and lean. Okay. We're gonna move right along to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Drew and Sonya argued for about the same thing for at least the 1,000th time. No one cares at this point.
Kenya had to take the mic. Kenya was like, all right, girl, give me this damn mic.
You touch on it because nobody cares. And if that is any indication of what we're going to be in for this season,
I'm bored. Yeah, I'm already bored. I'm sorry.
Insert Danny's infamous iconic meme. Because I cannot. I refuse. Moving right along with our bombastic review. In Atlanta, Sheree and Candy had an awkward moment when Sheree was speaking, and I guess Candy was making her faces as she always does. And Sheree was like, you trying to check me, boo? What's going on? So I guess we'll be getting more of Sheree versus Candy this year. And on another moment, when they were all stating who they wanted back, Sheree said that she wanted colonizer Kim Zolciak Biermann and Lisa Wu on a bottle of Reason and bobbling like a bobblehead and to come back. And Kenya stated that she wanted Nene Leakes to return. What do you think about the returns?
Well, I think people can say it as many times as they want. But
yeah.
I mean, I love Nene. You know I do. But I don't think she's coming back. If it would have been too right for her to come out at the end and her and Nene, I mean her and Andy have a conversation or a makeup moment. That would have been magical. That would have probably. I think that would have been.
Imagine a Legends Ball. That should have been the last thing.
That's what I'm saying. If that was the last thing of like the beef or whatever, maybe be like, you know what? There's one more beef you got to squash. And if she had came out and they would have, I would have started crying. I would have been like, oh my God. Right. It would have been because it would have been the perfect squash that beef, but child, baby, that's false reality. That ain't gonna happen. So
and then they play Count on Me the Thick and Thin, and then Kim comes out, and then she's holding hand with her white brethren and sister to show that Bravo is not indeed racist.
No, Kim should have been singing instead of Melissa and the other girl. I would have.
And
Luann. Party is
a
much bigger Bob and Bravo song than half of them songs up there. And Kenya disappointed me. I feel like she was off. I think maybe she was having such a good time, but I'm like, girl, at least it's lip sync the words. I don't know.
Listen, I have never seen anybody in the middle of a performance just say, you know what, fuck it. Oh, I have Ashley Simpson. I have. I take that back, girl. I can't use that alone. Okay, and speaking of Kenya Moore, before we move on from Atlanta, allegedly she was the rudest Bravo celebrity, and that is why she started posting sympathetic posts with her and other fans, because allegedly she made those fans wait over an hour. Then when she got there, she did not tell them that she was going. Who? Kenya Moore.
Okay.
Kenya Moore. And then when she showed up, she did not tell the fans that she was charging $20 a shirt to take a photo with her. That was almost a riot in her line, and she twirled on off with everyone's $20 and a bad attitude. So allegedly, that's what happened. I don't know if that's true, but if you want to, let's go ahead and get into the Real Housewives of Miami trailer if you have that.
Yeah. So they announced the trailer. They showed this trailer, which airs December the 8th, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So all the same girls are back. They got new looks or whatever. And let's just go ahead and watch the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer. This is actually my first time seeing it. So if you haven't seen it, it'll be yours too. I just screen recorded and left the room, and then I came back and put on the thing just so it can be fresh to me. So here we go.
I'm just gonna survive.
Is there anybody else involved? Because
yes. Lenny's dating her now. He's dating her.
My husband's a top plastic surgeon in this town, and I'm his best creation.
I love you.
Love you too.
Everyone loves to underestimate me, and I love to prove everyone wrong.
My husband built the perfect wife, and I built the perfect life.
In the blink of an eye, my life changed.
I'm losing my best friend, losing my husband to another woman.
That's Lenny. Le voy a dar un batazo. Dale, Nicole. Shove it up.
This season on The Real Housewives of Miami.
Go, Nicole. Hooker.
some put Botox, I put raspberries.
Dale, go.
It's a birthday, girl.
It's like the one you girls have.
The difference is I bought mine.
This is like the best representation of Miami that there is.
Whose dog this is? Oh my God! He did not pee on my Birkin. You.
Travel in style, darling.
Welcome to Baja Mar.
It's a celebration. Police. Oh, God. We need to, as a group, learn how to put each other up on pillars. When they go lower, you go higher. You know what I mean? Like, no?
No.
Don't look at me like that. You don't tell me what to do, okay? You gotta respect me, period.
No, who the f are you?
You should apologize for the slander.
Slander.
Oh, yeah, come on. Give it to me. Give it to me more.
I'm done talking to you. You sit down.
Should I bring out a little violin
All
and play
right,
it
all
for
right.
you?
You're so pathetic. Ay, por favor.
Don't judge me.
Of course not.
Any girl I've dated all said the same thing. You're very difficult.
Your dad is perfect, and the bad one is me.
You have no filter. Sometimes you're mean to me. You are.
I'm not mean.
What is missing?
You shut down at night.
I shut down at night.
Someone called me a week ago and told me you were making out with a man.
What?
Then she took a photo of it.
When is this gonna stop?
Oh, come on, Martina.
Julia, I'm done, okay? I'm done.
My trainer dropped me, by the way, because Lenny hasn't training the mistress.
Oh, hell no! We are fighting now.
I know you want to make it work. I know you'd love to see you guys get back together. That's not going to happen.
You bring that girl anywhere near my kids, there's gonna be a huge problem. Do you understand me?
Miami.
You know,
Miami.
and you know, like I said, they got new looks, and Kiki, all of them have a look this season. So I don't know. I will say from the trailer, it had some moments. Maybe it'll play out differently as you watch, but it wasn't the most like explosive trailer. But I definitely am going to watch them. Obviously, you guys know that we reviewed them last season. I didn't watch seasons 1 through 3. So my first time watching Miami was when we reviewed it last year. So, and it's been rebooted, so I don't really have to go back. I just know that it's sad to see all these little replays of what's her name? Lisa talking about how great her relationship is, her marriage, and then because Bravo, they edit that shit right on together. It is so sad.
It was nice.
Right, but we saw it. I think we were on the panel last. We were both on Miami panel last night. We kind of felt like it was kind of dwindling. Just
he don't want to.
He don't. So, did you have any thoughts on the trailer?
He don't want her. Why is she? It's going to be very hard for me to be like sympathetic this season because he don't want her. How do you not know that he don't want you, love? He does not want you. He had an emotional affair. He didn't have a physical one, so it made it easier for her to move on. He don't want you. Nicole is definitely mean to her mama because she just look like she mean. Nicole is mean. So
Nicole is mean to her parents in general. Yeah, but you don't like Nicole.
Really her dad. I do like Nicole.
Wait, you do. You did like her. You did like her. You did. Okay, you're right.
I liked her. I would see Nicole, but she's definitely mean. I'm glad that Gertie is not allowing the girls to talk to her and treat her like she is stupid, like they did last season. So good for her. And other than that, I really want to see what evidence Larsa has on Juliana kissing a man. Ooh, la la.
Maybe we know.
I don't think Martina. Maybe it was Martina. Oh, does that mean?
Not Martina had a little buzz cut, and it was.
Okay, we'll move on. I don't know if that was not.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. December 8th. Obviously, we're gonna review it. We want to go back and watch our recap from season 4 last season. It's up, and another show that they brought up is Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand, and I'm glad that they actually announced some tea on it because now I can spill the tea that I've been having for the last few months on what happens on the trip. You know, some things that happen. But did you watch the trailer?
I did. I watched it. I was not really able to understand a lot of the shade because of the way that it was shown.
Yes.
But I did see that. I caught enough to know there's going to be a shady good time.
It did. It looked fun. Like they were. I was told that they were worried that this would be. They were not as excited because the cast was kind of like meh. But I think it looks like the cast may have brought it. I mean, Portia getting into it with Leah, and then we know Portia and Candace have their thing going on. Giselle, Whitney, and Heather still have their issue going on if you're watching Salt Lake City. So it looks interesting. I can't wait to watch it. We're going to review it, obviously. I mean, these Ultimate Girls Trip shows, I feel like are probably some of the best things that they Bravo is putting out. It's always fresh because It's not the same cast. It's a big, gamble of women. So I think it's one of the best shows they have out right now. And I really feel like, I think somebody said Miami and Ultimate Girls should go to Bravo rather than Peacock. I think so too, but Peacock is Bravo, child. Half the time I watch the same shit on Peacock too. So
it is what it is. Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's move on to Married to Medicine. We have Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of New Jersey to go. So let's get Married to Medicine out of the way, honey. So Married to Medicine, love. Those girls got down there and lost their MRS MDs and they MDs and lost their mind, okay? I don't know what the hell happened, but BravoCon definitely turned into fight time. They were yelling. I think that they felt like it was given like, let's give these people a good show. They're in front of eyes that don't necessarily normally watch their show. So they wanted to make it memorable. And I think that they overshot their load. I said it a lot on this channel. They overshot themselves because it was team too much. They were talking over each other and they were as shady as can be. However, I do have some pinpoints from the weekend from Married to Medicine. Other than it being an all-out knockdown, drag-out fight.
Literally. Literally.
There were little things. Quad and Simone exchanged words about Simone saying that she wanted them to not be as dark as they had been, and the rumor spreading. And Quad reminded her that she spread the rumor about Quad. It's just the pot calling the kettle black in that situation. They asked who was the shadiest cast member on the panel, and Heavenly got it, but Toya said that she would have said Quad as her runner-up. However, the real queen of shade is no longer on the show. And baby, when you said, I tell you, you can hear a pin drop in the room, baby. Well, I scream because they keep bringing this woman up. Don't do me like that. Don't do me that. Leave her alone if she ain't coming back. Leave her be. Stop bringing her up. Anyway, Contessa and Heavenly got into, at this point, I don't know if it helped the show or hindered the show, but I was kind of embarrassed. Like, the way I
didn't watch it. I saw the clips, but I was listening because you can go to Twitter and listen to it. And I mean, watching the clip and seeing Contessa get up and Heavenly has no filter for one at all. She don't give a fuck, and that's crazy. But I was just like, damn, y'all. I mean, this is BravoCon. I get it, but you gotta think about it. That's how you know this shit is real. That's how you know that these bitches they fight. It ain't fake. It ain't play. They carried this shit from the show to the reunion to BravoCon, and I mean that's real. I didn't expect Kumbaya.
I'm gonna tell you guys. When I was working for Lisa Nicole, and did the season I did with her, my anxiety level was so high and so bad because they would fight, and it's just like, it's one thing to watch it on television. It's another thing to actually be there in the midst of it. Like, it's almost uncomfortable at times to watch them fight so hard and to almost come to blows. Like, it's interesting. Some shows, they are scripted and directed, but that show is not. It's not. Yeah. They set the situations up, of course, because it is a television show, but the situations are real and exploited and overthetop.com. But then when you think about how much money they make, it makes perfect sense. So Married to Medicine, I don't know what y'all did, but don't do that next year because y'all embarrassed her.
Okay. Because I'm going to boo.
Right. Tomato. Speaking of embarrassment, let's get on down to New Jersey before we lean on out, you guys. So the group was split into two, and tensions were high during both panels. Jen stated that the Gorgas were hanging on by a string and were doing anything to remain relevant and stay on the show. Jackie actually had an interesting comment that I thought was interesting. Basically, she is interested in growing her relationship with Teresa, and she is not going to be deterred by either Marge or by Melissa Gorga, and not allow them to sway that relationship. And it sounded like a bitch who knew what her bread was buttered, and it ain't on Team Marge. Okay. Also, Melissa and Joe did the absolute most, speaking on Teresa at every turn, on every carpet. And Teresa really was just in rebuttal to them, but you can tell that she is over it. Melissa says that they did not request a split, but Teresa says that she also did not request a split. However, Jen did say that Marge goes to the network and tattletales and runs to them about everything. So it leads to me to believe that Marge is probably the reason why they split. Even when they came out doing the Legacy Legends Ball, they were split. So
that's crazy.
Like, that is crazy. They can't even walk out together as a group. This season is going to be some of the best 8 episodes of reality television because they only get like 2 episodes a season. So I'm excited about it. And then we have
Jersey gonna be lit. Jersey gonna be it. My bad, go ahead.
Jersey's gonna be, and then we also have to go ahead and touch on Teresa and Caroline refusing to squash their beef, and most importantly, lastly but not least, the altercation in the lobby between the Gorgas and Jennifer. Jen says that she was by herself, and she knocked out Melissa and kept it moving, and Melissa yelled across the lobby to her, "Loser!" And that set Jen off, and then they got into a big altercation. The main thing is they tried Jen while Jen's husband was in the hotel room asleep, and Jen ended up throwing a drink in that direction. I ask you, what are we gonna do about Jersey?
Jersey, listen, Jersey, and they have been talking about this since they wrapped that their show is a mess. Like, and I think BravoCon proved it. Like the fact, like you said, when they came out simple, I was like, damn, it's gonna be I hope it's a good season. I hope it's not draining, but I'm ready to see it. They about to be in turmoil.
We think that Beverly Hills is doing something. I think
Jersey about to give us one of the best seasons they didn't gave us in a long time.
So.
I ain't gonna lie.
Wow, like when you're at your the both sides have been agitated with each other for so long, but the fact that Teresa is like, you know what? No, I'm not doing it. So you're gonna have to choose because that's where it's at this point. The Gorgas are doing everything, and Joe is also in the press on one side of his mouth and neck, bad mouthing Teresa, and out on the other side of his mouth and neck, saying that he misses her and wishes he would have went to the wedding. It's just sad, baby. Give it up. You can't go against the people. Isabel giving us money. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel, for the super chat, for the super lean. You can get some more tonight too for the for Potomac. We'll be on live for Potomac tonight. Thank you, Isabel. If y'all didn't notice, I am wearing some merch. I'm going to be wearing sporadic merch over the next few weeks because it will be available to you guys in the coming weeks. So just pay attention to what you see, and then once the link goes up, get some of the merch. I know y'all been asking for it, but yeah, this is all we really wanted to touch on. Was anything else you want to touch on? I know Chase. We both at work, but Chase got to get back to work booth, so will not be any call-ins today. We wanted to get in and just talk about, BravoCon and just what went on. I'm very sad that I didn't go. It looked like a time. It looks like Brittany in the chat. Brittany said she was there, said it was a good time. So Brittany, if I wish I could, I have time. If you want to call in, Brittany, to give us some
what
insight.
time is it now, if you don't mind? I don't know what time
it is 11:59 for me, so it's about to be 3 o'clock for you.
Well, this is going to conclude my portion of my report. For the
Chase gotta go, but if anyone wants to call in, I'll take a few call in.
Please, you guys.
Yeah, go ahead and call in. But thank you, Chase, for
Brittany.
And we'll be here for tonight for Potomac, of course. But let me send the link. I want.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Chase. Everybody say bye, Chase. Get back to work.
Well, before I go, I just want to say make sure you guys tune in tonight for Potomac, but make sure you guys also tune in with us at Married to Medicine tomorrow. We're going to get into it, and thank you for over 75 people watching our Lunch and Lean. I appreciate it
very much, so.
You guys.
Nothing leaning, no, Latasha. I sent the link for a few callers. I can take a few callers just because I'm a little more. Well, I hope my boss ain't watching, but I have a little more flexibility when it comes to work, so I can do it. But let me go ahead and let Brittany on because I want to hear some about this BravoCon. And again, thank you, Chase, for coming in. Chase does Married to Medicine, does Beverly Hills. Married to Medicine actually is probably the most hilarious panel that we have. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even watch Married to Medicine as much, but I watch them, and it's probably the funniest. So if you ain't watching Tuesday nights of Married to Medicine, you're missing out. I'm just saying. All right, what's going on, Brittany? Tell us a little bit about BravoCon and what you experienced. First of all, if you don't mind me asking, which package did you get? Because the girl's saying you are rich, and if you're rich,
Hi, Cortez. Thank you so much for doing this live. As soon as I got the notification, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to sit and hear what you guys have to say. I just had the GA package, the 3-day GA package.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did it like? What did that include?
So that just include access to all of the panels and all of the activities.
Okay.
The SVIP and VIP though, like they got like early access to certain lines, right? So they got to get in first. They had like priority seating, so all their seats were typically in the front, where the GAs were kind of in the back, which wasn't too bad. The lines though for photo ops was crazy. So in that case, VIP definitely got their money's worth because the lines were like hours long. So like you'll be waiting in line, like Sutton, Cynthia, Candace, and Heather, and then Candy and Todd, they were all at the same photo op booth.
Okay.
And like you could be in line for Sutton, but by the time you get up to the front, it's Candace and Heather.
Like, oh, so you could be in line for someone, but then they were only there for a certain time frame, I'm assuming, and then they would switch out. Okay.
So then as the days went by, like the third day was not as busy. The first one was insane. I was at that Beverly Hills panel.
The one where she got, at the panel on the stage?
Yes.
When she got booed?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you boo?
No. What's weird is when she came out, the Ask Andy panel was right before that. And like the energy was so great. And then when they started setting up for Beverly Hills, I don't know what happened. The energy shifted. So when she came out, she was booed. But then there was a bunch of us that were clapping because we just felt so bad. Like it was just awkward. Like the Beverly Hills one was the most awkward one. It was packed to capacity that they had to open up the curtains to let people stand. There were people shouting out Kathy's name to Kyle. That was super awkward.
It sounds like the people in the audience was going. I mean, because think about it, Bravo fans are crazy. I'm not surprised. I'm not at all at some of these things. Surprised they didn't say more.
Right. The RHOP panel was really good.
Okay.
And you said it last season where you said that Mia was kind of the odd one out. I think you said when they went to LA, and you can definitely tell on the stage, like the other 6 ladies, like, there were some, Karen was on fire. So was Robin. Robin had no patience for anybody. But Mia, she tried to come for Karen. That didn't really work out. She tried to come for Robin. That didn't really work out either. But you can definitely tell that Mia isn't in the crew like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you can get that just in general. If you're watching the season, she has that. If you watch the last episode, you met her friend Jacqueline. That's supposed to be like her friend, gave her a friend. But if you watched 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, she ain't friends with her no more. So I don't know where she's staying with the group now, honestly. I know that she's okay with Candace. I know that I met her. I know I saw, at the finale, like she was having her issues, but she seemed more intertwined at the finale. But then again, we'll just see how the season plays out. We'll just see.
And then, of course, that's when someone in the chat said about Monique. Yeah, they asked a question about Monique. And then Giselle grabbed the mic and basically told a story about, I guess she was at the premiere for The Woman King, and Giselle was doing an interview. I guess Monique tried to get on the carpet, but they turned her away. So then Ashley interjects and says, no, she's on a radio show. I just met up with her. She's going through a transition. That's what Ashley said. And then Giselle interrupted and said, okay, but that's not the right credentials anyway. And then Giselle tossed it to Candace. She's like, Candace, do you have something to say? Candace is like, no. And then they moved along. So that's how that Monique thing started. Apparently, they asked Ashley again at the Watch What Happens live taping. I wasn't there, but that's what a bunch of people were saying. And Ashley basically doubled down on her comments. So I don't know what's going on with Monique, but that's kind of where it started, from the RHOP panel before the announcement was put out.
Did you hear their applause? Like they got like the loudest applause for for the Legends Ball, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good. I was worried that the RHOP one would be awkward, like Beverly Hills, because online sometimes they can be kind of rude, but no, the energy was great there too. And then Married to Medicine, as you guys said, was a complete disaster. It was a mess.
It was a lot. I mean, and somebody said it kind of spoiled their reunion because the reunion airs next week, but I don't know. I mean, I'm glad they were there. I think they definitely deserve a lot more than what they get, because they've been going for 9 seasons, and they still don't get a lot of the flowers they do deserve. But I feel as though, like Chase said, it was a bit overkill. I mean, it was a lot. Like they wouldn't even let the moderator couldn't even like get them back on one accord. It was just too much. They were getting up walking around each other. You know, Heavenly already has no filter. So I'm surprised Andy didn't get his ass up and be like, all right, because he's probably the only person that could have probably shut them up. Nobody else could have did it. But yeah.
Absolutely. The crowd loved everybody but Anila. Anila got a lot of boos.
I heard about that. People asking her about the Miss Gomez thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Anila's gonna make it around for another season. To me, she doesn't really fit in the group these days. I feel like she's kind of like out of place. I don't know. But that's me.
She had Quad, but based on that panel, obviously they are not friends anymore. Quad was going after her. So
that's not enough.
Yeah, but the weekend was great, and I had a lot of fun. I got to meet Candace. She's tiny,
very tiny,
but she was like the nicest one out of everybody. So I'm glad to say that because I'm actually a fan. But I had a great time.
Okay, well, we appreciate you calling in. So this is Brittany. If you guys didn't see her name, she obviously is a family member of the Lean, but she went to BravoCon and actually was sharing her experience, and it seems like, you know, from what we saw from the video clips, it was a good time nonetheless. And I'm glad you were able to join. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. As I mentioned, Chase had to leave, and I'm probably gonna have to leave soon. So I have 2 more calls in the line. I can take y'all, but it got to be quick, okay? Because I got to get back to work. Okay. So I will let you on.
Hey, Lisa. Darling. How you doing? Let me be quick.
Go ahead.
I don't know why is everybody booing Lisa Rinna.
You said why is everybody booing her? Why would they not boo her?
Different time out. People want to come after because of Kathy. Man, Kathy is not that important. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all need to read that book, Hilton, when Mills was on the channel. Baby, Kathy is not nice. Kathy it was no good mother. She was not nice. Okay, so I don't know why everybody is so. We're not to listen because I believe everything Lisa Rinna said Kathy did. I really do. So you know what I'm saying? Because I seen pissing.
But you know what, Lisa? Lisa, let me say this real quick. You say you believe everything she said. Rinna ain't said nothing. Rinna won't even tell us what she said. So how you saying you believe what she said?
I believe everything they said she did. I believe everything they said she did at that club. I do. Okay. I really do. I believe she said she stepped on her glass. She said she was yelling all y'all and all that right there. I believe everything. I don't know why people think that's because she's rich. Kathy Wilson is rich, baby. That she's not above having a meltdown, whatever all the other stuff she said. I don't believe it. Just get on my nerves, okay? I'm like Lisa. I'm like Lisa Rinna. Yeah, I'll be that champion. I'll be that villain y'all want me to be. But I ain't lying about her though. I'll be that villain. So I'm gonna just say I've been seeing bits and pieces. Yeah, but me, you, and Mills and Gore. We going to BravoCon next year. Okay, we gonna make it. I ain't paying for my $4,000 ticket. I can't afford it. They ain't in my budget.
If you stand on this same team, I'm not going with you, Lisa. I'm trying to be with the right team. You're on the wrong team. You talking about some? If everybody booing Rinna and you don't boo, they gonna jump you. And I'm gonna be like, girl.
I'm gonna be like Brittany. I'm gonna be like Brittany. If I know if I know Lisa Rinna's in the white, babe,
I ain't going with you because they're gonna jump you outside. I'm just saying they're gonna jump you. But let me I got another call.
I know there's a lot of bits and pieces. I know there's a lot of bits and pieces. I didn't see everything, but I see a lot of clips and stuff online. But it seemed like everybody had fun though. And I have to go.
It looked really fun.
We going. Yeah, I ain't paying no $4,000 ticket though.
And don't forget, the lane gonna be outside. Maybe next year we'll be from outside to inside. But thank you, Lisa. Okay. All right. Our last caller before we get out of here, I'll let him on, is Mel. What's going on, Mel?
Hey, how you can let me on? Thank you.
Yes, I would. Usually for Lunch and Links, we don't really do calls, but I had Brittany on. I saw that you and Lisa join. Plus, we always value you guys' opinions and thoughts. So, what's going on?
Listen, I didn't even know you were live. And so I saw that you were live just now. So let me just jump in.
You know, Lunch and Lean, child, they come.
Listen, I know that's right. Listen, no planning, no schedule, honey. You got to either be here or be square, basically. But I think
exactly.
I know it. But you know what? I think that for me, what's going on is that I didn't even know that the Bravo thing was doing this weekend. Now, mind you, I'm maybe a couple of train stops away from what was going on, and I didn't even know. So when I was watching everything online, I was just having a good time watching so much of these clips online this weekend. And I was really feeling the FOMO. And I actually think, now I don't know if it's $4,000, but I think that, maybe 1,000 plus might be worth what they got, because they got a chance to pretend to be the opening of their favorite Housewives show. I saw a lot of people go down there and they was able to recreate that sort of opening image of the Housewives. So I thought that was worth it alone. And then you got a chance to meet the people in shop with Sutton and all of them. I was like, wow. So it kind of, if you're going to pay them, $1,500, whatever for something, it really gave you a real good experience. And if you live in New York City, you don't have to worry about the hotel room. So, I don't have to worry about that. So I think I might try to do it next year with that situation. But for me, you know what? Because there was so much that happened. Andy, I just feel like I'm a little tired of him playing favorites. So I'll say this one thing. This is totally off the subject, but I like New York, obviously. I love New York, and they have a lot of issues, and I heard some good things this week I'm very excited about. But when it came to Jill, he set Jill up. He had the woman come up on the stage knowing Tamara is feeling victorious. She's on her show. She's feeling good. She had a good season. He asked Jill the question. Mm-hmm. And he set it up the way he asked her so that, what's her name? So that Tamara can really cream her. And, I just don't like the way that the panels was ran or the questions were handled. And he's just too shady. And that threw me off, that kind of thing. And that's pretty much it. I just think that the way he sort of, as Candace, listen, my favorite on Bravo, the way she said in that one of those books, he's shady. He's shady and he plays favorites. So that ruined it for me, some of his antics, basically.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. The thing with Tamara, I mean, I think it was just for entertainment purposes. I personally didn't see favorites. I don't think it was a pile-up. I think there were other beefs that could have been addressed on that.
I mean, from the show itself, and from New Jersey. And I think that with Tamara.
No, I don't think for the show. I think so. Jersey, I think they're saving it for the show because it's going to be good. But I do think that there were other beefs that could have been addressed, like Housewives. Like I really think they could have touched on Lisa Rinna and the Dubai situation. When
that's what I'm saying.
I know she apologized, but that would have been. I think that's more worthy of that. Would have been on the stage. I don't know. That's just me.
But I would say my last thing too. So with Tamara and Brandy, especially for the last girls trip thing, they kept saying that Jill was the thirsty one. I feel. Thank you. Come on now. Thank you. I feel in general that I love it. I feel like in general, anybody who do the girls trip, except for the first season, every season afterwards, kind of, except for Candace, because Candace is never thirsty. The girls are thirsty. Especially that second season, all of them were thirsty. So I think that it was crazy that they labeled and gave Jill the scarlet letter of you being the most thirsty. No. So I think that, so now when she went to her social media and she was like, oh, I'm happy for Tamara. Tamara's like, oh, come on. I love your chat. I don't gotta say anything else. You know what, Mr. Cortez, you have a good day. They doing it right there in the chat. I'm sorry, they said everything. So that's all.
Yeah, they agree with you. Tamara's thirsty. I agree. I mean, Tamara, we all know Tamara. She's cool, but she was gonna eat Jill up regardless. And Jill was just like, calm down. But yeah, it was. I don't think it was a setup. I didn't feel bad for Jill, but I mean, Tamara was gonna always come out superior in that moment because she's back. She's on fire, she may very much so think that she is saving OC, but it's probably going to come off really thirsty, just like most people that feel like they're saving a show,
Well, thirsty for the OC is saving that franchise because they ain't had nothing over there for 3 years. And I mean, I know Vicky is very problematic politically. And so is, some other girls, but they were OC. So when they were gone, I thought Noella was beautiful, but she didn't do anything. Everybody else was very boring. And
I haven't watched OC in a while. We didn't even recap OC last year. So I don't think we will either. I don't think Tamara's gonna make me want to do OC either. So we'll see. I don't know if we can get a panel together. It probably won't be me hosting it. I'll just say that. It'll probably be somebody else. But on that note, we're gonna lean out, okay? Because we gotta get out of here. Thank you, Mel, for calling in. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to get out of here. I saw from Stylish Looks, how do you call in? I put a link in here about maybe 15, 20 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago, but we actually have to lean out. Lunch and leans are actually supposed to be in and out. But I had a little extra time to spare, but I think my manager is messaging me. So we're going to lean out, but we'll be here tonight for Real Housewives of Potomac. Episode 2 is going to be good. Panel's going to be myself, Antonio, Jazz, and Danny talking about episode 2. If you don't watch that, of course, Married to Medicine is on Tuesdays at 8:30 Eastern. Wednesdays, part 2 of Beverly Hills, and then Thursdays, Salt Lake City. All right, like this video. Thank y'all for leaning in on such short notice, and we'll see y'all tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday. Okay, y'all have a good rest of y'all Monday, and we'll see y'all soon. Good night. Well, not good night. Good day.